All right, hey guys. You know, there's been a little bit more one-step training around the school lately. I think that just came up when we worked on our punch defense stuff. But you know, that used to be a really big part of what we did when I was coming through the ranks a long time ago, and everybody got pretty good at them. And I think one of the reasons they got good is because first they learned a whole bunch that were created by other people. And there was like a standard set of one steps that were taught, and then eventually you would do what's called advanced one steps, which is where you make up your own. And I think in recent years when we have done one steps, we have kind of tended to skip toward or skip to that step of advanced one steps before really getting a solid foundation in how to do these basic ones. And so I want to show you, this is called one step 1 through 10. I think it's a pretty cool exercise just to work on understanding angles, distances, and timing and targets. So I'm going to show you these. This is also, I think, a kind of a nice workout, like a solo workout. We think of one step as being something you would do with a partner. Of course, that is probably best because then you're really blocking something and you've got those targets to aim at. But you can certainly do these by yourself as well. So let me show you this. One step 1 through 10. All right, you're going to go back and accept the challenge with your ready stance. So you're here. Yes. You have to imagine a right punch coming at your nose. So to me, a right punch would be over here coming this way, right? Coming this way. So I'm going to block it with my left hand, going to the outside, circle block, and there is no step on that initial block in the first 5 one steps. So I'm going to ready stance, I'm going to block to the outside with the left without any stepping, and now my next move is a right front kick to the groin. So a left circle block, a right front kick to the groin, boom, here, using my camera and kicking it myself as a target, works pretty well. And then where you set this kick down is maybe the most important part of the whole thing. Because remember, you have a person that is pretty close to you. So if you were to kick and set this down in front of you, and then you'd be so squished up against them that you wouldn't have room to do your technique. Also, imagine a bigger, stronger bad guy. You don't necessarily want to be going straight in there and colliding. So what we're going to do is angle off to get the right amount of distance to do the hit that we want to do, which is a punch to the nose. So I'm going to block here. I'm going to kick right to the groin. I set this in a horse stance on a 45-degree angle, and then I punch at the nose here. Now, one steps take a lot of get criticized quite a bit for being sort of unsophisticated and unrealistic, and I think like that's probably a valid criticism. But I prefer to look at a drill and say, what can we get from this? And I think it's a nice transition from real traditional forms-based technique. It's kind of a nice quarter step toward okay, what would this be like if you really used it? Notice it's not a big step though. We still have our fist on our belt. We still have a traditional stance. We're still laughing techniques out and having clean lines, etc. Sometimes when you see more advanced one steps, you see more of a loose, realistic kind of approach to it. But these are not that. These are very traditional, very solid, very clean lines, like a form. All right. So here, ready stance. Let's do that 3 times. Circle block. Front kick to groin, horse stance, and high punch landing. All right, back to here. Same thing. Circle block, kick, and punch. Just work on smoothing that out so there's no hesitation. Boom, boom, boom. All right, number 2, 3, 4, and 5 are all really, really similar. The only difference is the strike that you do at the end. So I'm ready stance here. I'm going to block left. I'm going to kick right. I reach with an open hand behind my ear, and I'm landing an overhand chop. So now we're coming down on the side of the neck, very disruptive to be hit where these nerve bundles and major blood vessels are, right? So boom, right on the side of the neck. All right, back. Let's go again. Block, groin kick, and from the ear, chopping down. And one more time, block, groin kick, strike down with your chop. Okay. So that is one step number 2. Number 3 is a palm strike to the nose. Let's do it 3 times. Block left, front kick right, palm the nose. Notice I'm never here because I've angled off on all of these. Right back, block left, kick right, palm, and back. Number 4 is a vertical elbow that we're driving right up under the chin. We're going to have to adjust our step a little bit because the elbow doesn't reach as far as the hand. And so instead of stepping over here, I'm going to angle in more on this one. So block, groin kick, and elbow. Kind of get more in your face with that one. Block, kick, elbow. When you do that, always go palm in, by the way. That applies to your forms as well. Here, block, kick, elbow. And number 5, finally, we're going to go spear hand to the windpipe. So here blocking, here kicking. You're used to this by now. Angling off, boom, and then the spear hand, very, very tight, and striking with the fingertip. Back. Let's repeat that. Block, kick, spear. Be accurate. Block, kick, and spear. First 5. So punch the nose, chop the neck, palm the nose, vertical elbow, spear into the windpipe. First 5, and they all work the same way. Now you get to number 6, and you really start to do some different stuff. So we're going to go ready stance. The punch comes in, and the concept in play here is that you could kick a punching opponent as your defense, right? So instead of waiting to block, this punch is coming in, and instead of thinking, well, I have to block that, I'm going to kick the opening that's created. So watch me as I step and punch at you. If I'm your bad guy, see there's this opening created here, and you're actually going to kick me while leaning back out of range of the punch. So the punch stops here. You're going to be out of range, boom, but in a great range to go ahead and kick me in the body. So ready stance, lean back, side kick with your right. When you land in a horse stance, and do like a sideways inside block to clear that arm out of the way. So you didn't block the punch when it extended, but after you kicked the person, their arm was still out there and you knocked it out of the way. Then what we're going to do is to reach down into our pocket with that same arm. We're going to lean back. We're going to change to a T, so from a horse to a T. You see my knee move there, and back fist the nose. And one of the things I've done there is to kind of shift some weight back and then forward again to hit. All right, this is one step number 6. Let's do it again. Side kick, inside block, shift back, back fist. And again. Side kick, inside block, shift back, back fist. Nice job. All right. Number 7, just like number 6, but chop the neck instead. So ready, lean back, kick, inside block landing, cross up. So instead of in here, we're up here. Chop, and return. Let's do it again. Side kick, block, and chop. Return, side kick, block, and chop. Good work. Okay, left side kick, left block would put you on the outside of your opponent's arm. So if you think about I'm the bad guy, and what you did before, you inside blocked me, and I was like this. And then you came back, you back fisted me in the nose. If you use your left side to do the 2 techniques, you would have kicked me here, and then your inside block would have come this way, would have knocked my arm like that, and my ribs would be exposed to you. Okay, so that's what we're going to kind of work on in number 8. Okay, so ready stance, lean back, throw a left countering side kick, step to the outside of your opponent's foot, which is really the best place to be. Block left. Now your opponent looks like this, and after you block left, you're going to hit 2 times into the ribs, and then once into the temple, like right on the side of the head from there. So that's one of my favorite ones. That's cool. Let's do that again. So we're here, lean back side kick, left block, boom, rib, and then up here into the head. Okay, let's go again. We are here, side kick, block left, rib, temple. Nice job. All right, and we're back. Number 9, we go back to the right side. I'm not really sure why it is this way. Back to the right side, we block, and we're going to go elbow into the solar plexus. So again, using that shift back, boom, forward, reinforcing that strike with my opposite hand. Let's do it again for number 9. Right side kick, right block, and elbow. Good. One more time. Right side kick, right block, and elbow. Okay, we're at the finish line. So number 10, ready stance. Phew. This is totally different from the others. My favorite one. Step left, reverse block right, which would also put you on the outside. So think if I had punched you and you stepped over here with your left and you blocked with your right hand, you would have moved me over this way, right? Okay, so everybody do that. Block. Now take your back leg and round kick, boom, right up into the solar plexus. And then that foot is going to sneak around behind your opponent. And you're going to chop to the base of the skull behind him, all right? Let's go again. Reverse circle, round kick, side chop the back of the neck. Reverse circle, round kick, side chop the back of the neck. Went a little long on that one, but that's cool stuff. All 10 one-steps you got now. We will see you tomorrow.